Welcome to our August garden. I thought I'd give a little tour because the hydrangeas are now all fully in bloom and look absolutely gorgeous. And we've just come off of a heat wave for a few days, so it's starting to cool off, which is nice. So I thought I'd just take you through the fountain garden, which will eventually become our little secret garden, because we're going to grow these laurels up into a arched form for doorways in. These hydrangeas have done so well. These are a macrophylla. I'm not sure the exact variety, but they age so beautifully into kind of a rosy tone. You can see the carpet of thyme. Can you believe I seeded this last year with tiny little seeds, and it's covered the floor here now. And in here I have 4 limelight prime hydrangeas. They are, I was told by the person I bought them from to cut them back really hard this year, which I did, and they've just ballooned. They're quite floppy right now, but they look beautiful. Just not the easiest to walk around this garden. I had mentioned in the last video that these Japanese tassel ferns that I have underplanted with, some of them were getting far too much sun. So I did some research and ended up planting, because I wanted an all white garden here. So I've planted here, and they're not in bloom right now, but this is geranium album. They have little white flowers on them. So, and I've replaced them in the spots, and then you can see some of the tassel ferns that got a little bit fried and maybe a little bit too little of water. They are now going to just bounce back, I'm sure. It's so serene in here with this. This is a campania water fountain surrounded by Green Mountain boxwood balls. And this slowly opens onto our kitchen garden, which is lined by limelight hydrangeas that have grown up so beautifully this year. I just can't get over the size of these panicles. Look at, in comparison to my hand here, just massive. Really, really beautiful. We've taken out some of the crops that didn't enjoy the heat and have seeded new crops in here. So we're doing our second set of peas. The zucchini and tomatoes are doing well. We've got our greenhouse filled with cucumbers, eggplant, zucchini, tomato as well. Actually not zucchini, sorry. But you can see we've just planted rows of beans again, and some other greens. And I'm excited to show you that because, you know, in the Pacific Northwest it doesn't get that warm, but with just a couple of days of heat around 30 degrees Celsius, I am so happy to report I have a sunflower in bloom. This is a pro-cut plum, and I just love the color. I wanted to try one for arrangements, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So this July was filled with a bunch of deadheading, especially of the late spring, early summer different flowers, and now we've got I've kind of replanted in this area that was full of foxglove and Dara, Ami, or Leah. It now has some different annual salvias that actually perennialized here. My cosmos are starting to grow. I've got some agastaki, and you can see the beginnings of buds of my prized lysianthus here. So I'm excited to see. I have 2, a salmony color and a Picotee pink. We'll see what they do. My gladiolas are in bloom, but unfortunately have flopped. So I need to stake those or cut them for bouquets, but I just love the color of these. They're so beautiful. And one of my husband's favorite in our garden, this perennialized as well. This is called Trachilium, I think. And it's got these electric purple flowers that are just gorgeous. I think I showed the Cut flower garden last month, not much has changed. Everything is doing well. I did a bunch of deadheading last weekend, so just waiting for everything to flesh out again. And I replaced the snapdragon area with a little walkway, which has actually been perfect to be able to walk around to gather cut flowers and to deadhead. And I just have added in some purples and whites. So there's a heliotrope, a salvia, gregorii, a phlox, and an angelonia in here. So the back three should perennialize if we don't get too cold, and I'll probably just have to replace the angelonia next year. The dahlias are doing fantastic. I think since last I showed, we've got here my Yvonne, which is a water lily. You can see apple blossom there. I've got an Evelyn here. It's dark on the back of the leaves and lighter on the front. It's quite beautiful. Some cocoa puffs there, and then this Molly Raven is spectacular. It looks like the leaves have all been brushed with paint and has just these dark glossy leaves. Sorry, the petals have been painted. And Liquid Desire, you can see, is in bloom as well with the bees. So yeah, it's a really fun year for dahlias this year. I'm really happy with the mix and have been enjoying them a lot. I replaced my sweet pea tower, decided we wanted something a bit more permanent here. So I've put in, I can't remember the name of this. It grows 2 to 3 feet by 2 to 3 feet. It was a new hydrangea that I wasn't familiar with. I feel like it's called Flare, hydrangea flare. Anyways, it's really cute. And I've got a second flush of roses now. I just cut back my Queen of Sweden, but as you can see, Vanessa Bell is back in bloom and looking beautiful. Never as prolific for the second bloom, but still beautiful. And again, I've used Cosmos to fill in all the empty spots where I had columbine and bleeding hearts and other things. So still looking lovely in here. And the back perennial garden, oh, actually I should show you here. I also added in 3, these are a Proven Winners brand. I think they're called, I'm forgetting, sorry. It's a miniature, little quick, miniature quick fire, little quick fire, something like that. And I've added 3 in here in between the hostas just so we have a bit more of summer interest. And there's Charlie, as always, finding spots in the shade and searching for lizards, her favorite. So in this back area, we've had a spectacular show of our lilies, and we have a number of just random dahlias that I got at garden centers over the years that keep coming back every year, as well as some hydrangeas. And these lovely towering evergreens are De Groot Spire cedars. I would actually like more of those. There's the shed. I've put just a little dried flower arrangement on a wreath there, and thought I'd just give a little bit of an update on our summer garden. Maybe we'll take a look inside the greenhouse next time. Anyways, from Charlie and me, we hope you're having a good summer. It's hard to believe it's halfway over. Take care, everyone.